What's going on, everybody? Down from Kenya Guinness TV, and we're back here with basically the match reaction. So, Arsenal 5, Man City 1, and let's dissect this. Let's just basically break this down. First things first. Actually, I started the game a bit late. The stream, I was like 20 minutes late. Had a bit of technicalities, but most important thing is that we managed to stream the game. So came in. I think I actually even missed. I missed the first goal. I didn't see the first goal, but I saw the highlights. So the first goal by Martin Odegaard. Listen, like I said in my match preview earlier on, the most vulnerable position that City, I knew from what we've been seeing over the games they've been playing throughout the season, was the midfield and the defense. We completely dominated those departments. As far as this game is concerned, I believe we dominated those guys completely. And once the engine of the team is dead, once the midfield is done and the defense is done, that is it. Obviously, Erling Haaland getting a goal. With a player like Erling Haaland, I remember I was getting so pissed off by that goal of his. Those are the players. The players in this, as far as football is concerned, the players who just have that killer instinct. And the thing about Haaland is he can miss so many chances. He can be quiet the whole game, but he just needs one opportunity and he'll bury it. That goal by Erling Haaland, free header. There was no way actually he was going to miss that. But now let's talk about the game now. The first half, I felt like the first half, there's a time whereby after scoring the first goal, after scoring the first goal, I somehow felt like we basically dipped, and it was more of like, okay, who wants it now? Let's. It was more of like a seesaw kind of movement between Arsenal and City, and I felt like City, but there for the last like 20 minutes before the second half lapsed, I felt like they really gave us a run for money. Yeah. But man, what a goal by Thomas Partey. I think that goal by Thomas Partey, that response immediately Haaland scored. That response by Thomas Partey completely just nullified these guys. You could see the shoulders just dropping off completely. Vardiol, Foden, man, KDB, he's done his contribution, but as far as the Premier League is concerned, I think it's curtains for him. KDB, and let me say this, by the there's a time whereby people comparing uh what's his name, Phil Foden and Saka, and there's always this tendency of trying to compare Phil Foden, trying to compare Garnacho, trying to compare what's his name, Kobe Maino, Hamad. There's always this tendency of fans trying to compare him with Saka, but what I'll say is this: there's just this individual brilliance, and there's just system players. If you look at a player like Garnacho, I feel like Garnacho is more like a system kind of player. Same to Phil Foden. There's nothing really much with this individual brilliance that I really don't see that individual brilliance from a player like Phil Foden or Garnacho or Kobe Maino. There's always that those players you see and you can tell. If you look at a player like Ethan Wary, we'll talk about Ethan Wary. If you look at a player like Ethan Wary, there's just this individual brilliance in him. There's just this baller. Even Ahmad, if you look at a player like Ahmad, there's just that individual brilliance you see in him. Yeah, there's a difference. Fans need. Sorry, I'm tilting my camera. Fans need to differentiate between system players and ballers. Yeah, brilliant individual players who are just completely blessed. The players will just have it. The players will see a player like Ethan Wary will just see. You'll just see that this guy has it. It's just in him, man. That last goal by Ethan Wary was classic goal by Ethan Wary, man. Listen, this guy, and now what talk about the Lewis Kelly celebration? God damn it, man! Did you guys see that was cold? You remember the first leg? Haaland was asking, by the way, who the hell is this guy? Today, I'm sure by the you forever remember Lewis Kelly's name, and remember his name, Lewis fucking Skelly. Bullied the defense. Bullied Haaland. That guy, man. Listen, if there's any positive thing that I'm picking from this season, regardless of the nonsense that has been going on, the noise that has been going on around the club, is these two players, Lewis Kelly and Ethan Wary, man. These guys, Haaland, whatever guys are doing in Haaland, man, there's just so much talent in there. I mean, that's one of the best things that I think. As Mikel Arteta over the years been blamed for not giving academy players chance, but I mean they've been given a chance and they've proven that they're ready, they've matured. Lewis Kelly 18, Ethan Ray I think 17 if I'm not wrong. Oh man, the future can only be bright. The future can only be bright for this game. But anyway, let's talk about the player. Let's go to Lewis Kelly himself, man, what a goal! First goal in the Premier League. That guy is just that boy. That boy is just man. That guy is he's just the it. He just has it. Yeah, that goal, and listen, the celebration was classic, man. That celebration by Lewis Kelly was classic. Saliba, Gabriel, and I think in today's game, Gabriel was the captain and fully deserved. Let me say this: if you look at the Arsenal team, there are those players there are those generals in the team. There are those players who just have that natural leadership instinct in him. If you look at a player like Declan Rice, a player like Gabriel Magalhaes, you will just see that defense is the guy who basically controls the defense. Gabriel Magalhaes always making noise, telling Saliba, put yourself in the right position. For the longest time, guys were rating Saliba. But I mean, if you look at that defense, I feel like the guy who's basically controlling the defense, yeah, and basically managing everything is Gabriel Magalhaes, yeah. So Gabriel Magalhaes, man, had a game today. You could see the antics. Man, I loved everything about Gabriel Magalhaes today. Now let's talk about William Saliba. So let me say this: always having one of the best partnerships you'll ever have in the Premier League. Gabriel Magalhaes, William Saliba. These guys were definitely on the revenge mission settings, and they had revenge on Haaland today. Completely nullified Haaland. I mean, Haaland had a stinker today. Apart from that goal he scored, he did nothing. He did nothing the whole time. And listen, man. Now let's talk about David Raya. Always playing classic football. Such a classic player. And I had a save. I mean, that header by Vadio, if not for David Raya, that ball was actually going in. So Raya, man, quite impressed with him. Jurgen Timber always doing his thing. For today, I felt like he had an okay game. He really didn't have that exceptional game today, but I mean, he was doing his thing. He's doing his thing as usual. Now let's talk about now the midfield. My goodness, man! Today, like I said in my match preview, Declan Rice, the best midfield right now by day in the Premier League for me, as far as the Arsenal side is concerned, is Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, and Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard. Listen, I say this thing ever since this guy had a baby. I think he's been doing a night thing. He's not been really. Probably the reason why probably he's not even given the captaincy today, and I foresee actually him being stripped of the captaincy because I don't think he really makes more of like a good leader. I feel like he doesn't have that leadership thing in him. Yeah, but he had an okay game. He was okay. He was exceptional. Made some couple of times. I mean, he was twisting ankles. Yeah. Then you go to now Thomas Partey, man. Thomas Partey for me, I think was my man of the match. That goal by Thomas Partey was just classic. Thomas Partey, man, the guy completely dominated the midfield, controlled the midfield, did his business. Now let's talk about Declan Jollof, aka Tractor Rice, man. Name my man, man. That's my man. Declan Rice. Let me say this. I mean, Declan Rice, whenever this guy has a good game, whenever the game just decides to flow in him, Declan Rice, I think, is one of the best midfielders you can see in the Premier League. This guy, I know he's been having some couple of stinkers, probably being played off some certain positions, but this guy, man, this guy, one of the best midfielders I think I've ever seen. When the game basically just decides to kick in, the guy plays some good football. Then you go to Martinelli, had an okay game, scored a goal, but it was ruled out. One thing I'll say about Martinelli is where I find him to be a bit essential is the defending. Martinelli will always track back. I'm telling you, he'll always track back. And that's one thing, but I probably maybe he's had this defensive kind of instinct. The point is forgotten that he's an attacker, yeah. But I'm telling you, when it comes to defense, Martinelli will always track back. He'll always track back. Then you go to Trossard, had an okay game, yeah. Really didn't see much of him, but I had an okay game. Kai Havertz, listen, Havertz is a really interesting player. Uh, I really don't want to say. He scored a goal. I'm happy for him. He actually redeemed himself. but at the same time, is he missed such a golden chance. Missed, wha- man. Harvard's that chance that Harvard's missed for me basically just buys or suppresses everything he did in today's game. But I'll say this: one thing I like about Harvard is he doesn't hide. He'll make a mistake. You know, there are those strikers who are like, oh, listen. No, no. There are those strikers who actually hide. You can see that. You can see a striker hiding. Look at a striker like Lacazette. Yeah, the guy is actually hiding behind players. So, like, the thing is Havertz is one of the good things that I like about Havertz is he makes a mistake, but is willing to keep on trying, make as many mistakes as possible. But you just keep on trying. Eventually, when you keep on trying, you end up bagging goals. So Mikel Arteta, man, spot on today. Everything he had today, he had everything spot on. Yeah. So for him, I think today's game he basically schooled Pep. Yeah, his teacher. Yeah. So today Mikel Arteta basically just humbled Pep. So anyway, listen, guys. I think this coming Wednesday. Let me see how many games. What are the next games? The next four games we have Newcastle away at St James Park. That is basically the Carabao Cup. This is a must-win game and must win with like three goals for us to basically go to the next level of the Carabao Cup. Then you have Leicester City versus Arsenal. I expect us to win that game. We have Arsenal versus West Ham. I equally expect us to win that game. Then you have Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Quite a tough game. I think the only tough game. Then you have Manchester United versus Arsenal. Really don't rate Man United at the moment. Then we have Arsenal versus Chelsea. Listen, looking at all these games, the only game that I feel like is a bit tough is the Nottingham Forest game because Nottingham Forest currently, man, they're on form. Yeah, they're on form. So listen, the title is still open. Uh, just go and try a level best. Just go and try a level best. Go and put pressure on Man City. Yeah, people. Yeah. Anyway, listen, guys. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Comment section. Let me know what you made of this preview. Let me see you guys then. Come on, you Gunners.